Hi, I'm Janelle, and you're listening to The Moment It Clicked. Join me as I dive into the minds of fellow multilinguals to uncover the myth of the click. Is it real? Do others experience it too? Let's find out. Today I'm here with Ana from The Spanish Line. That's www.thespanishline.co.uk. She's spent time living in Madrid, Malta, Munich, and London. We're going to get started with the first few questions. The first one, the most important perhaps, is do you think that it's possible to be the same person in two languages?
Yes, I do think that is possible, but I think it's not easy. What I mean is to be able to be who you want to show the rest of the people. You need to have a lot of confidence with the new language, in my case, English, because it's not about just controlling all the grammar and vocabulary. It's also about thinking that you can feel confident, feel that you can express yourself. And for me, when I speak English, there's something in my mind telling me, no, you don't know enough. Or are you sure you understood? So in Spanish, I will say I'm an extrovert and I can speak, I can give my opinion. Or even if at the beginning they don't receive the real me, I will be able to have tools and skills to manage to show who I am. So usually people think that I'm very nice, but okay, well, I accept it. Thank you. But I'm not, when someone is so nice that they think they can pull your leg and they can, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah, that in English, sometimes like, I would like to show more like I'm strong personality. I have a strong personality, but it depends on the context where I am. No, for example, if I'm in formal context, I know I can do it. I don't mind to do mistakes. I feel relaxed, and then it doesn't matter. I can do some jokes. I always say it wrong. But for example, now, no, we are having this conversation and I'm nervous. So I know I have to observe, think, but at the same time, I'm relaxed. And so I think this is what I always tell to my students, that what is important is to be able to communicate. Doesn't matter what mistakes you do, and you always have to accept any challenge with a new language, because if it is wrong, it doesn't matter. What it matters is you try. And for example, doing this podcast for me, that would be that. And
Yeah.
I think about being yourself. Now I'm trying to be myself, so that's good at the end, no? Because I'm trying to do something that I really want to do, and I'm doing it.
It's fantastic. Congratulations. I love that this is a part of your journey and a part of your exploration in English, because it's a really exciting it's a really exciting moment to push yourself in your second language or third language, fourth language. So yes, I'm really happy that this is an opportunity for you as well.
Thank you, Janelle.
So, can you pinpoint a moment then when you felt these sort of two versions of yourself, let's say the Spanish kind of extroverted version of yourself and this English version of yourself merging into one person, like the click?
Yes, when I was working in a youth camp as a leader, it was an international camp, and there was people from many other countries, and the camp was based in Spain. I was able to communicate more than others, and I felt very good about it. Yes, and that was a click, like, oh, you feel powerful suddenly. I can do it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is cool. Um, how do you feel? Like, what emotions do you feel when you speak your second language?
Um, so I feel pretty good when I speak English, um, because what I said, I can communicate with anyone in the world because English at the end, no, is the main language to be able to speak with others. And I feel pretty good about it that I speak English. I can do it. Sometimes you have your bad moments, but mostly you have good moments, I will say also.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I love it. Thank you. How would you define the word creative, or what does it mean to be creative?
So usually when people think about creativity, they think about artists, like people who knows how to paint, photography, actors, and that's creativity. But I think also creativity is to have an open mind and to be able to adapt to new context, to new environments. For example, when I was a kid, I was holding my pencil in not a normative way. And everyone was so obsessed to make me change that way of holding my pencil. And I didn't stop doing it.
You rebel.
Yeah. I still have people telling me, Anna, you're not holding the pencil like it should be. Why it should be that way?
Yeah, yeah,
No?
yeah.
And for me, that's creativity, is not to get um, stuck with things that people tells you, but always have your own opinion, and I think learning languages makes you also wonder new perspectives, and it makes your mind very flexible. In your mother tongue, usually people think, no, you can be as creative as you want in your mother tongue because you're able to express yourself. I am able to do it, but maybe I'm lazier. No, I only will be more creative if, for example, I like to write a poem or a creative story. But when you're learning new languages, you also understand how people think differently, how the cultures are, no? And we talk about this what and qué igual
Mm,
in Spanish.
mm. As a
Yeah.
Spanish teacher, go ahead.
So, for example, when you say in English, "What is your name?" What is a you are looking for a definition because which is a classification, no? And in Spanish, we don't say what is your name. That would be ¿qué es tu nombre? No. Um, the most accurate way of translating that would be ¿cuál es tu nombre? ¿Cuál? So we tend to classify. And yeah, I think it's funny because it also talks about the culture a little bit. It's my theory, no background at all of this. But yeah, I think I noticed that we always try to create categories, while in English it's mostly about defining.
It's really,
And
really interesting.
yeah, I like it. It's a new perspective. Or for example, when you are asking for favors, uh, in Spanish, very straightforward. You said, for example, give me that pencil. No, dame ese lápiz. And in English, you will say something like, I don't know, may I have this pencil, please?
Would you mind passing me that pencil, please?
Yes.
What if the person says, yes, I do mind? No, I don't want to do it. Like, can you just do it anyway? Like, yeah, but yeah.
Uh, or let me know once you know, no, let me know, házmelo saber.
Yeah.
In Spanish sounds very elaborated. In Spanish say, dime, no? Tell me, tell me once you know. And yeah, it gives you a perspective. And for example, talking about being creative, when I use a translator, I don't, if I want to have the real translation from Spanish to English, I know how to change the syntaxes in Spanish to have the proper sentence in English. And that's creativity because you need to think about it. It opens your mind. Language always makes you think about how the other feels, how the other think. I really think, yes, learning languages opens your mind and makes you more creative. I have a very funny story. When I was in Malta, living in Malta, I didn't know anything about I was learning English at that moment, no, really learning, because in Spain, in the school, you learn more about writing than talking, or at least my generation. So I was learning their English, and I wanted to buy a new phone. And every time I went to the shop, there was a something written on the
door, a sign on the door.
Yeah, a sign on the door. It was, please kindly knock the door, ¿no? In Spanish, that would be llame a la puerta. O llame a la puerta, por favor, ¿no? But it said kindly. Kindly, for me, was like amablemente, ¿no? And so every time I went there, I was knocking very kindly, like, cling, 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 very softly. So they never opened until I realized, okay, maybe it's a courtesy, a way of being polite, no?
How funny, these things that come up in the process of learning. And then you get to the point where you can say, okay, like now you know that part of the culture, you know that in English we are usually much more polite. So now it's no longer an issue.
And no, now even it's a fun story. Yeah, it's an anecdote, and the good thing, it didn't stop me. You ever have like a moment where you said, "Oh my God, please, I don't want to talk."
This happens sometimes when I don't feel comfortable with the person that I'm speaking to
Yeah.
or who is speaking to me.
Mm.
And I feel like they are I don't know, there's just no rapport. There's no like feeling between us. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the other person feels that they are like they think I'm their new best friend, and I'm like, oh. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think in those moments, that's when I tend to feel like I can't find the right words, or that my pronunciation, all of a sudden, a word that I say all the time is suddenly difficult to say, and so I think it depends a lot on the people that you're speaking with, and if you feel that that person understands you, then it gives you the freedom to be able to speak and enjoy that conversation, even if you make mistakes, even if you're not speaking perfect Spanish in my case, or English in your case, because I don't think I will ever speak perfect Spanish, because I think, it's
No one speaks perfect Spanish, not even natives. Those moments are the ones where you don't feel optimistic. No?
yeah. You walk away thinking like, do I even speak this language? Like, what was I thought I was I that I thought I spoke pretty well, and I don't know. There's also a key moment when I would be speaking Spanish to somebody and they would say, "We can speak in English if you like."
Ah,
And I was like, what? I would find it really offensive, and I would try to say like, okay, Janelle, just stay calm, like don't get angry, because maybe they're just trying to help, or maybe they want to just practice their English with you and it's got nothing to do with your Spanish. But oh God, it's like this like knife in your chest. It's quite those moments are like
yeah, yes, I understand.
The last question that I'll ask you is a little bit in relation to if you were a business owner or a project creator and you wanted to share your message, your ideas with the world, and you need English to do that, hypothetically, let's say. What would motivate you to transform this creation into English?
It's a very nice challenge to be able to reach more people, and the tool is only a language. only, no, it's just the language. And I really like to have the confidence of being able to talk to my new students, for example, in English at the beginning when they had a small interview, a small chat with me, no? I think that's very important. What I miss when I'm learning English is that, for example, when I teach Spanish and I ask, why do you learn Spanish? Most of the people is because they have a girlfriend, boyfriend, they want to travel, to enjoy life, basically. And when you are learning English, you can do all those things with English, but people is focusing on business only. And I mean, it's very nice. It's not like, no, you don't have to focus only in business. You can focus on business, but I miss the culture part, the cultural part. A main process is never focused on learning different parts of the history, or no, to, because that's also learning a language. To be able to understand people, to be able to be more creative, to be able to see, they say kindly knock the door, it's not only the grammar, it's also, no, to see that they, in every country, they have a way of behave. And it comes from the culture and the cultural facts, the tradition, the history, no? So I would say, if I will learn, maybe not the answer that you were thinking, but if I had to learn English more, because not again, it's more, no? About again focusing on business, I would love to learn this way as well. No, like learning not just to be able to express myself, but also to understand my clients. No, and that's a cultural fact.
Yeah, yeah, it's really interesting. Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast and facing this challenge of doing a podcast in English and sharing your thoughts on your journey to yourself, I like to say, because we sort of yeah, you go on this exploration through another language only to find yourself again through a different perspective. And so I really appreciate your thoughts, and it's been very, very interesting. So
Thank you so much. It was very fun.
hi, I'm Janelle, and you've been listening to The Moment It Clicked. Today, we have reached episode number 5, and I am so happy to have you here. Please remember to rate, like, and share this podcast with other people who you think might enjoy it. Remember, there is bonus content available, which include videos of these recordings as well as captions. So if you need a little extra help to understand, please visit my website and register to receive your bonus content. If you are a Spanish-speaking entrepreneur or creator looking to transform your business or your project into English, remember to visit my website, www.english-creative.com, where you can download your free 4-step guide to taking the first steps to transform your business. So, I look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, keep exploring, stay curious, and let your creativity shine in every language.